Okay, hi guys, I'm Neo, and if you don't know me, I draw. This is my first time posting to this particular channel, so I hope that you'll stick around and maybe watch the video. This is Speedpaint, which is just a sped up recording of me drawing. If you're new to Speedpaint's on New to Art YouTube, but if this is on your recommended tab, then you're probably not new here. The voiceover, I'm just here. I normally wouldn't do it on TikTok, but since this is a longer video, I'm just going to talk you through what I'm doing, because I thought that might be fun. So here, just starting out with, I'm just sketching. I had a pose in mind. I actually didn't use a pose reference for this. Sometimes I do, but this one I didn't, because I had a really kind of solid image in my mind. And I finalized the sketch, and here you're just seeing me put down some flat colors. I had a really vivid idea of what I wanted to make, so you can see I'm not really having to experiment much with the colors, because I kind of already knew what I was putting down here. And soon you're going to start seeing me put some of the background elements in. Here we go. Again, I had a really solid idea of what I wanted, so I knew that I was going to have all these cameras surrounding the subject, and so you can see me here putting the first one. There's a smartphone in here. And then we had the big struggle where I was trying to draw one of those big TV cameras, and I could not figure it out. I used so many references. I had so many references pulled up on the side of this, and I just could not figure this out. So in a moment, you're just going to see me trace a photograph of one, because honestly, I'm a big believer that if you're an artist and you need to trace a stock photo, sometimes it's okay, like it's not that controversial. So you can see I'm just getting the general shape of it and figuring out where all those buttons should be, because you can see how this shape would confuse someone. Normally I wouldn't do this, but yeah, this is just too complicated an object for me to reference, and then I go over it later anyway. So I'm gonna let you watch the rest of that right now. Okay, so that's all the cameras drawn, and you're going to see me start blocking in all the colors of them now. So you can see me putting all those colors in. Pretty soon, Once I've got those colours in, you're going to see me put colours underneath them. And then I'm going to start doing what is called the value painting. And the value painting is really important. That's kind of how I shade pretty much all of my drawings, or just the vast majority of them. So here you can see me starting to do that. I'm putting some really basic shadows in. And now you can see me going into more detail with that, especially on those hands in the right corner over there. And that's just me controlling where the light is and the light and the shadow, controlling the values. You can see me doing it on the camera now. And I will move to the main subject at some point, so you'll get to see that too. There we go. But I am also putting some extra blushing on the skin, because the value painting kind of makes things darker or light. But if you want to vary the coloration, then you have to do that on the color layer. I'm not making a lot of sense if you don't already know what I'm talking about. It's kind of difficult to explain what I'm doing here. I'm not great at this. But I hope that you can watch it and see anyway. And here you can see me just putting some dramatic lighting in. I do love my dramatic lighting, and it kind of looks whack now, but it will make a lot more sense later. And now I am really throwing those shadows in, so you can see me throwing in some dark shadows and blending them out, especially on the arm and on the legs, throwing in some harsh lighting as well, and really sorting out that background and creating an atmosphere, because that's what we want to do. There's the underpainting if you were curious what that looks like. And then here you can see me just getting in that extra detail on those cameras. Now here it might not look like there's a lot going on at first, but if you really focus in, especially on the subject, you can see that I'm actually painting over a lot of those original lines and really taking away a lot of that line art. I don't really do that religiously. Sometimes I leave it in, sometimes I take it out. But here I'm painting over wherever I see fit and leaving the rest. And coming up, we have my favorite part where I'm going to be doing some color corrections on the skin, so you'll see that very shortly. There we go. And color corrections on the entire painting. I like color correcting. It just really brings everything together and relighting everything, which is what I'm doing now. We're nearly completely done now. This is really the final stretch, so you're just seeing me put in the very last details and the very last bits of lighting and correction. But yeah, that's my first little Speedpaint voiceover thing. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, maybe a comment, if you like this format, and I hope to see you again. I hope to upload again. We'll see how this goes, we'll see how this does.